Um, the thing about my career is that I really love photography. It's something I'm very passionate about. Um, so it doesn't matter whether I'm working for a no-name artist or a top fashion or entertainment magazine. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm very, very passionate about photography, so I love it. I love the process of going on location and lighting it. I love the process of meeting people. I love the challenge. I love that little nervous energy before a big job, and that little feeling of adrenaline when you know you got this, but you're still kind of buzzing because there's a little. It's really important, and I've been doing this so long that it's in my nature to kind of, I'm a little competitive. I'm definitely live by the creed, you're only as good as your last job. I believe that there's no, when we would shoot editorials for magazine covers, we would approach every shot was the cover shot. Every shot is the cover shot, and then you choose your cover shot from there. It wasn't a matter of this is the cover shot and these other shots aren't as important. Every shot is your cover shot. And then what ends up being the cover shot is the cover shot. Likewise, an album cover shoot, you know, I don't like to think of, okay, this one is a publicity shot and this one is the album cover. Everything, every shot is important. There's no unimportant shot. Every shot is, there's no B-roll. Every roll is A roll. Every shot is important. My job involves travel, involves change, involves a lot of different people. It rarely involves too much time in the office. So it's stimulating and it's fun and it's exciting, and you meet the highest of the high and the lowest of the low, heads of state or, you know, drug dealers in the barrio. You know, it doesn't really matter. And my job is to make them all beautiful, or make them something, make them threatening, or make them exciting, or make them sexy. You know, I love that. Every picture tells a story, you know, and you're using your lighting, you're using icons, you're using posing and suggestive body language to tell that story. In my younger years, before I relocated to Jamaica in New York, I had opportunity to work with a number of artists. Some of my heroes, Nas, Snoop Dogg, that is, for me, that was big. I was up for a couple jobs with Biggie, and as a Jamaican, I really wish I'd gotten to shoot Biggie, but it never happened. But I got to hang out for literally a day with Snoop Dogg, and the highlight of it was hanging out and smoking with himself and Don Juan, Bishop Don Juan, in his luxury RV, and hanging out with a bunch of pimps and players and whores from hoes from the hood. It was an experience I won't forget. It was a long, crazy night. The story's not even quite PG, so we won't get into it, but believe me, there's some artists. A lot of my stories in hip hop involve smoking. I got high with Wu-Tang Clan on a photo shoot, and they put some stuff in their weed that is not what I'm used to smoking. And let's put it this way, I had to take a moment before I could continue working, because Wu-Tang, if they offer you weed, be careful. The clips were huge when I got to shoot with them. We flew out to Virginia and worked with them there. It was a great experience. Teddy Riley also was in Virginia, and around the same time, Teddy Riley and Blackstreet. And actually I met Teddy through working with The Source magazine, but we connected and I worked for him several times after that privately. And I should look Teddy up, it's been a while. Okay, now a lot of you guys know that Tupac was a Digital Underground. He had just left. He just left the group when I got to shoot them, so I did not get to shoot Tupac the Great, but I shot Shock G and Money B, and flew out to Oakland, California, and it was a great experience, man. The music industry has been very good to me, and that's why I work so hard. You know, that's why I love it so. You know, you put in work and you get back the love, you know. And my love for the music industry, after a number of years, I was able to put that creative energy into the advertising world and start to seek advertising clients. And I'm probably doing a little bit more advertising these days than I'm doing music industry work, but I find a balance. And I'm able to put that creative approach into the advertising work and hopefully get a little bit more of a organic response and more interesting imagery than the typical, you know, I'm trying to put more into my photography than the typical advertising look. I try and put that same creativity and joy into the advertising world.
So you had a chance to work on America's Next Top Model and what was the second one?
Okay.
Fashion, you want what time? What was it called?
Okay. Occasionally, photography takes you in unexpected places, and you end up working for untraditional clients. Twice this happened to me to end up working for reality TV shows and shooting models in their. Well, one time it was models for a competition, the other time it was on designers. The first time it was for America's Next Top Model, and it was working with a wonderful crew of Jamaicans working on the production here in Jamaica. Notably, Sarah Manley and Tanya Taylor were the ones that you weren't producing at the time for me. Notably, at the time, Sarah Manley and Tanya Taylor had involved me in the production, and I got to work with Tyra Banks and the whole America's Next Top Model crew, and it was a great experience. It was an opportunity to rise to the occasion under pressure. It was a high pressure situation, and most notably, the video crew for America's Next Top Model wanted to shoot in a certain part of the river, and on my location scout, I had chosen another part of the river to shoot. And I got there for the day to work and realized that they weren't listening to what I'd said and were choosing where they wanted to work. And under pressure, it's easy to capitulate to what people say, but I stood up and said, no, my photographs are gonna be done where I said it needs to be done because I want the best for the shoot. And if you want the best for the shoot, you're gonna let it be done where I say. And there was a bit of a humming and hawing, and it required a resetting of cameras and lights and whatever because they didn't listen to what I'd said before. But I put my foot down and insisted on it and got the photographs that I liked. And I was pleased with that. What I'm not pleased with is that I chose, when they interviewed me, I chose very politically correct answers to their questions, and I really wish I had spoken the truth and spoken my mind and given them some more drama and reality because I had something I wanted to say, but instead I gave them really the happy, PG, so glad to be here answer, and I wish I'd fucked them up a little bit with some drama for their reality TV, but whatever. It was a great experience, and at the time I realized it was big, but to this day, people still come to me and talk to me about the episodes, and models and photographers here and abroad have told me how the episode impacted them, and that's what we do it for. You know, we want to communicate with artists and want to communicate with the people in our field, and that's a good feeling. Oh. The second reality TV show that I worked with was Project Runway, which was, actually it's a larger production and it's a longer lasting show. And this time I was working with designers in New York City. And again, it was a pressure situation, and you know, you rise to the occasion. And in fact, I love those photographs more than America's Next Top Model photographs. Sometimes you're just better than you are, and you just, you're in the zone. And some people crumble under pressure, but I tend to perform really well under pressure. And So both those reality TV situations were notable and fun and lucrative and definitely milestones.